going? I'm also fine. It's time for biology. As usual, the first thing that we are going to do is we shall recap on our lesson for yesterday. So I just want 2 or 3 just to remind us of what we did yesterday before we can continue with our lesson for today. Just put up your hand. 2 or 3. Alright, let's start with the first one. Ready?
Yesterday we learned about 3 types of carbohydrates.
Alright, we learned about 3 types of carbohydrates. Someone to mention those 3 types? Just put up your hand. 3 types of carbohydrates. I only see 2 hands. Welcome to, let's go to Molly then. And polysaccharides. Thank you very much. What else did we learn yesterday? I saw a hand there. So we learned about the 3 types of carbohydrates. What else?
Biological molecules. And we learned that the biggest molecule, like the largest molecule, is called a polymer.
Thank you very much. I almost wanted to say give us an answer, but nonetheless it's okay. Alright. And today we continue with our lesson for yesterday, dealing with the synthesis of large molecules. Yesterday we saw how carbohydrates, large molecules such as starch, glycogen, and cellulose are formed from small units called monomers. So today we continue with that. We are going to deal with proteins, and also we are going to deal with fats. So let me just put down the lesson for today. It's a continuation. Alright, today's lesson we are learning about how proteins are synthesized. So the first thing that I want us to understand is what element makes up protein. So we are talking about protein. Now the first thing is what type of element makes up protein. But before we figure out the type of element, just as a reminder, yesterday we spoke about the elements that make up or are found in all carbohydrates. What are those elements? How many are there? Yes. There? There are 4.
No.
There are how many?
3.
Give me their names. Oxygen 1, number 2. Hydrogen, number 3. Carbon. So those are the 3 elements that are found in all carbohydrates. No. We did mention nitrogen yesterday.
Yes.
We said there are only 3 elements that make up carbohydrates. And today, we are going to learn that there are 4 elements that are found in all protein molecules. How many elements? 4 elements that are found in all proteins. The first element, so let's put it down. Give me the first one. Carbon. The second one? Hydrogen. Oxygen. And nitrogen. Nitrogen. All right. Between just on elements, what is the difference between proteins and carbohydrates? just by looking at their element compositions. What is the difference? I only have one hand. We have another hand. All right? Splendid? Started?
Carbohydrates are made up of 3 elements. Proteins are made up of 4 elements.
Do you all see the difference?
Yes.
Carbohydrates are made up of 3 types of elements, isn't it?
Yes.
While proteins are 4. What is that element which is found in proteins which is not found in carbohydrates? Just shout it, it's on the board. Nitrogen. Alright, sometimes, because we have different types of proteins, other proteins have other elements which we have not mentioned here. Such as?
Phosphorus.
We had phosphorus there. Such as sulfur. And also, others may have from other books, maybe let's say phosphorus. But we have to not put it down, let's put it underneath. Alright, so those are the elements. So the point there is, proteins are made up of these, let's focus on the 4 types instead. Are made up of these 4 types. Mostly they are made up of these 4 types of elements, but other proteins can also have sulfur. Alright, that is in terms of elements. Let's come to the second one. What building blocks, what monosaccharides, not monosaccharides, what monomers makes up proteins? What monomers make up protein? What smaller building blocks, smaller units, which we mentioned yesterday as being named monomers? What are these smaller building blocks that makes up proteins? I see some hands. Okay, let's start with the male for now. Male? Amino acids. Are we okay? Yes, in carbohydrates, we said what type of monomers makes up carbohydrates. The first example that we mentioned, what was that? Give me examples of monomers that make up carbohydrates, large carbohydrates. Those smaller units we learned yesterday, yes. Glucose, thank you very much. So a chain of glucose will give you starch. A chain of amino acids will give you proteins. You get the point? Alright. So proteins are made up of smaller basic units called amino acids. Amino acids. So those are the smaller building blocks that make up proteins. We are also told that proteins can be assembled from only about 20 different naturally occurring amino acids. So one protein is made up of 20 different amino acids. One protein. One protein molecule is made up of 20 different occurring amino acids naturally. They are found naturally. Let me write that one down. So we say that one protein molecule is made up of 20 different naturally occurring amino acids. All right. So the other point today is one protein molecule is made up of 20 different naturally occurring amino acids. But it does not mean that the number of amino acids is only limited to 20. It's only that we have 20 different types of amino acids that makes up one protein. But these 20 can repeat themselves. So one protein can have many amino acids that are bonded together. So one protein molecule can consist of many amino acids that are bonded together by a peptide bond. For example, since we are saying that one protein should have how many types of amino acids? 20. Which means, for example, a protein molecule, one protein molecule should have, let's say this is an amino acid, should be joined together with another amino acid. Let's say this is the chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,